Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel. This is the Crucible of NYC. I'm your host, Domingo. Today I wanted to do something interesting, something different. I actually connected my two solar panels. On the right, the Lofi 200 watt solar panel, and on the left, the Power Queen 100 watt solar panel. And this is connected to the Bluetti AC200MAX. And what I wanted to go and show you folks that indeed you can charge an electric car, the Bluetti AC200MAX, using the proper materials and the proper cables, and this should work without a problem. So on the floor, this is a 32 amp EV charger connected to a special EV charging bonding port as well, and a bonding cable, and an EV connection that changes from the NEMA 1450. So I wanted to show you that it is charging. It's a little dark, but let's see if you can see. It says 187 watts from a 300 watt panel, but at this time of day I did this a little too late, so it's about almost 3 in the afternoon. And even with 3 o'clock in the afternoon with some clouds, you can still see that I am charging with minimal effort, but it is charging to the AC200MAX. So this is a 2017 Kia Soul EV, and this has a 28 kilowatt battery or 27 kilowatt battery. I'll post the specifications in the description. A 2017 Kia Soul EV, and this gives you roughly around 90 miles of range per charge. Now, it may not seem a lot to a lot of people, but if you're living in the city, this is perfect. If you're doing 40 to maybe 50 miles a day, it should give you more than enough range without having any issues. This is just the back of the trunk. I'm going to close it to show you an all around. If you have any range anxiety, trust me, don't worry about it. If you have a place to charge this type of vehicle, it'll be perfect, because if you're doing 40 miles a day and you don't do more than that, you could just come home. If you have a garage that you can park in, you can charge it there with a 110 volt. Should take you roughly around 10 hours. So think about it. You're home sleeping, the car is charging, it's done. That's it. There's no more to it. It's just as simple as that. Or you can get a faster charger, like a level 2 charger, and charge it within a few hours. But if you're doing a daily run of 40 to 50 miles a day, an EV like this, roughly, this cost me about $12,000. And this car, when I purchased it, only had 29,000 miles. And this is a 2017 Kia Soul EV Plus, which is fully loaded, sunroof, heated seats, cruise control, backup camera, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you name it, it has it. So let's go ahead and experiment, and I'm gonna connect the plug into the charging port of the Kia. And there you go. And then you'll hear the Bluetti kick in. And as you can see, that this is charging at 20 amps, well, 18 amps. And you'll see that the power will start to ramp up little by little. So far, it's going at 2.1 kilowatts at 18 amps. So this is the cable, so it's connected. Let's see if we can focus in on the Bluetti, see how much power we're draining from the Bluetti. Let's see, there it is. So it's about 2100 watts, 2140. It's pulling from the Bluetti AC200MAX. And this is running without a problem. I'm still charging with the solar. It's not efficient and it's not much because I'm draining more than what I'm pulling, but it's just to show you that if you can over panel this device at home or anywhere else, this should be good enough to at least in a pinch, in case you need to charge an electric vehicle. This is only going to give you roughly, I would say, about 4%, 95%, which is just in like a jerry can. It's just an emergency. And you can see that the Bluetti handles it without a problem. Now, in the event of an emergency, I would say that this can be successful. As you can see that it is pulling roughly 2132, 2138 as it fluctuates. So a small little test just to see what the Bluetti AC200MAX is capable of with the solar panels of the Power Queen and the Lofi, total 300 watts. So I'm sure if you over panel this, it should be fine. As you can see that the car is charging. There's a charging indicator that tells you that the car is charging. And right now the car is, I would say it was at about like 95%. And so it tells you right here. Yeah, it was about 95%. So it tells you about 45 minutes till 100%. So just to show you folks that, yeah, you can charge an EV with the proper cables using the bonding port, which acts as a ground for the Bluetti AC200MAX, and it acts as, it just sends a signal to the charger letting you know that yes, it is grounded and it's working and you can start charging. So I don't think that this is something for long-term use, but think about it. You're going somewhere, you're on a trip, you have a small EV car, you take a Bluetti AC200MAX and maybe a spare 100 amp hour battery, you should be good to go to at least give you an additional 5% if you fall somewhere that you don't have any type of EV charging stations close by. But at least this gives you a peace of mind to give you some range to you get to where you got to go to, and you don't have a problem with, for example, outlets or just charging stations. This will be a perfect fit for someone. It is heavy. The AC200MAX is about 60 pounds, but if you plan your trips out and you make sure that you have your proper cables, your proper panels, and everything you need, this will be an ideal thing to have, so that this way, if you decide that, hey, you know, I don't have a charging station, there's nowhere else to go, at least I can charge my car with this setup. It's not, like I said, it's not an ideal setup. Consider this like as an emergency jerry can or an emergency charge, but it is charging at 2 kilowatts an hour. So it's not slowly charging like a wall outlet. A wall outlet will take 12 to 1500 watts and it would not charge as fast as this is charging at 18 amps. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them on the comments. And I'll link in the description, I'll link all the items, what I've used to charge this car. I'll link the description of the car, just in case if anyone is interested in looking for an EV that don't want to break the bank and don't want to buy, can't afford a Tesla, can't afford a Volkswagen or a Ford Mach-E or any of those very expensive electric cars. You can go with something affordable, like a 2017 Kia Soul EV Plus. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them on the comments. Have a good evening, folks. Take care.